Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Anthony kicked Kenny off the balcony during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 4 would still happen. Anthony would still bully Kenny in this timeline, so Anthony would still go to Robbie, and he would still join Cobra Kai. Those events would stay the same. Kenny and Robbie would continue their training. Anthony and his friends would continue to pick on Kenny, and Anthony would steal his clothes. So the rivalry between Kenny and Anthony would continue to grow. Danny would find Kenny's Cobra Kai hoodie, and he would confront Anthony. But Anthony would still tell him that he was having trouble with a kid from school. So Anthony would still try out Miyagi-Do, but he would show no interest. So Daniel and Anthony would still talk, and Anthony would tell him not to worry about Kenny. So the next day of school, Anthony would try apologizing to Kenny, but Kenny wouldn't want to accept his apology, and he would still call him a pusso. This would make Anthony mad, so Anthony and his friends would chase Kenny, but this time Kenny would run up the stairs, and Kenny would have nowhere to run. Anthony's friends would start attacking Kenny, so Kenny would have no choice but to fight back, and he would start to take him down. Some of the students would gather around to watch, including Leah, and she would want to get them to stop fighting, but Kenny would be too angry. Kenny would be fighting with anger, and with no mercy. Kenny would be fighting Anthony's friends, and while Kenny was distracted, Anthony would use this to his advantage, and he would kick Kenny. Kenny would stumble back, and he would fall off the balcony. So in this timeline, Anthony would kick Kenny off the balcony. Everyone would be shocked. Anthony would realize what he had done, and he would look down to see Kenny. Leah would shout at Anthony, saying, "Ant, what did you do?" An ambulance would show up, and they would take Kenny to a hospital. Anthony would be frozen in fear, and he would be arrested. Daniel and Amanda would rush to the school, and they would find out what Anthony had done. Daniel would want to claim that it was self-defense, but the school principal would show Daniel that Anthony had been the bully. Kenny would be in a coma, and he would be paralyzed. Robbie would find out what happened to Kenny, and he would go visit him in the hospital. Robbie would be heartbroken, and he would blame himself for everything. Anthony would be in juvie, and Sean would find out what Anthony had done to Kenny. So Sean would be angry, and he would want to avenge Kenny. So Sean would beat up Anthony in juvie. The LaRussos would want to go visit Anthony in juvie. Daniel would see that Anthony was getting beat up, so Daniel would want to protect Anthony, and he would want to get Anthony transferred. Miyagi-Do would shut down, and the All Valley tournament would once again be cancelled, but Eagle Fang and Cobra Kai would remain open. LaRusso Auto would once again get bad press. The Cobra Kai students would want to get revenge on the Miyagi-Dos, and the rivalry would continue. Eventually, Kenny would wake up from his coma, and Robbie would be happy to see Kenny. Robbie would want to help Kenny recover. Robbie would take a break from Cobra Kai. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Anthony kicked Kenny off the balcony during the events of Cobra Kai Season 4? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.